Hey, what's up guys, welcome to the first video of learning how to FPV. These are going to be vlog style videos where I track my progression of FPV droning. In today's episode I'm going to be showing you my setup and my first ever flight. Hope you guys enjoy the video. It's definitely a step up from gaming. Let's get into it. So, the reason I got into drone FPV was because it merges my two favorite things, videography and gaming. This hobby is a prime way to boost my cinematic ability and to also have some fun in the process. The way this works is by connecting FPV goggles to a small quadcopter, which you then see out of. The first thing I did to get into the hobby is I started using drone simulators that I could install on my PC. I also purchased a transmitter and decided to go with the Radiomaster TX16S, which is the best budget transmitter out there and has all the bells and whistles you need to get started. So after spending some time in the simulator and getting used to the inputs, it was finally time to progress to my small indoor quadcopter. This is the Emax Nanohawk and it's a very small drone which is meant to be flown indoors. I was just getting used to acro mode, which is the non-stabilized version of the quad. Here is the DVR footage from my goggles from my Fat Shark Scout FPV goggles with the Cherry FPV antennas. As you can see, I was just working on maneuverability and getting used to the goggles. Obviously, because it's analog, it's not digital. You know, it takes some getting used to. So when purchasing my full-size 5-inch drone, two things were important to me. Future-proofing, which means I wouldn't need to make any upgrades in the future to master the hobby, and secondly, it had to be budget-friendly. When looking around on the market, I decided to go with the iFlight Nazgul 5 6S. Now, the 6S version is the version which requires a 6-cell battery. There are two alternatives to this drone. There's either the 4S version or the 6S version, the 4S version being a lot more beginner friendly. I opted for the 6S version solely because I didn't want to limit my skill level and that I could constantly improve. Although it's not the beginner version, a lot of the pros use it, and the 6-cell battery means it's a lot more responsive, higher speeds and better acceleration. The battery that these drones require are the 1300 milliamp 6-cell LiPo batteries. These are pretty pricey, they're about £20 each. As you'll see later on in the vlogs, I've actually broken 3 of these. So at the moment I've got 4 functioning ones as opposed to 7 functioning ones. Let me just show you my drone. It has got neon propellers. I've actually changed the VTX antenna with the Rush FPV antenna because there was a lot of interference in my goggles. The carbon fiber X-frame means the build quality is really good, really good durability. I've actually crashed this a couple of times now. Everything does seem to still be in one piece. It's a bind and fly, meaning everything's ready out of the box. Without any further ado guys, let's get into the vlogs. This is going to be vlog number 1. This is the first time I ever fly this. Hope you guys enjoy.
And I bet I regret this in a decade. This is the way I live. Young boy still pushing big whips. Give money, lay low and chill. So trill, so
Hi guys, welcome inside my goggles. Right now you're going to be seeing everything I was seeing the first time I flew this drone. Right now just flying on a nice bit of runway, a nice, grassy runway. Right now you are seeing the analog FPV feed in my goggles. The advantage of analog over most digital systems is improved latency, and obviously you're going to be seeing things in real time. Right now guys, just getting used to all 4 inputs. It's a lot more different than the simulator, a lot more wobbly, and I was also surprised at how responsive all the inputs were. Just turning around using a bit of yaw and roll here guys. Yaw being left stick horizontal movement, and roll being right stick horizontal movement as well here guys. The propellers also act as a really good gauge to see where I am relative to everything else. Right now guys, you're going to see me bounce it off the floor here. I was surprised at how important it was to compensate for fluctuations in altitude, and how consistent you had to be on the throttle. Just getting used to pitch right now. One thing I did realise was my FPV camera angle was wrong, so whenever I were to pitch forward and go forward, my camera wasn't accommodating the fact that I couldn't see where I was going. So right now guys, you can see a lot of static and interference in the DVR feed. This is because I had not replaced my VTX antenna at this point, which I'm now using. Obviously I'm now using the Cherry FPV antennas. Just turning around, going around in circles, and what you're about to see guys is me being maybe a bit too brave and a bit too bold. I actually test out the, we call it a rip, which means you test out how throttle at close to 100%. I didn't quite go to 100%, but I do go to about 100% here guys, and the 6S battery is definitely a beast. Unfortunately the range meant that I'd actually lost connection and it had come hurtling to the ground. Fortunately, the way these drones are built, the combination of the 3D printed parts and the carbon fiber frame means that no damage was caused, although we did find out that a battery was on fire, which could have been a cause of that, which could have been a cause of the drone losing connection. In the end, not too bad a flight. Obviously crashes are going to be inevitable, but thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next couple of vlogs. I do get a lot better. See you guys soon.